Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today in this video we will go through few more practice questions for Tableau Desktop Specialist exam. Let's start. Now first question is, which data type in Tableau does this icon represent? So basically this represent true and false, and normally we don't think like true or false will be the answer here. So true or false is the value, and the data type associated with this is the boolean. And to refer more on this, you can always go to help of Tableau, and here you type data types. You have the data type icons in Tableau. Okay, so here if you see this true false is nothing but boolean values. You can refer the remaining also. So in exam anything can come among all these, and do prepare everything in this topic. Okay, now which of the following are possible from the data source tab? Okay, to view all hidden files, to see the table of a field, and to see the field name in the original data source, and to create a parameter. Let me take you to Tableau. Let me take you to data source tab. Okay, here if you go here in settings, we can always see hidden files. We can always see which table is being used for a field, and also see that this is the original field name, and here we have renamed this field. So you have the renamed field name also, and the original field name, and the table of the field. But here we don't have any option to create a parameter. So parameter, you will have to go to the sheet level and then click here and create a parameter. So that way you can create a parameter. So we can create, we can do A, B, C, but not B. Now, third question is true or false. A sheet cannot be used within a story directly. Instead, sheet should be used within a dashboard, and dashboard should be used within a story. Now, let's go to Tableau. Now, let me create quickly a view here. Let's say discount. Then let me go quantity. Okay. And another one, let's say ship mode, profit, and create a dashboard here. Let's say I pull one sheet here. Then let me create a story. So I'll pull sheet over here, and I'll also pull a dashboard over here. So you can clearly see that I can use sheet directly in story. I can use dashboard directly in story. Okay. So there is no restriction as such. So here the answer will be false. Then this is a snapshot of the data that Tableau stores locally. Good for very large data sets of which we only need few fields. So whenever you have a very large data set and you want to store as a static table basically and not a live connection, so definitely we try to make an extract and store it locally. So the answer would be Tableau data extract. Okay, and you can also go to help.tableau.com and go through these Tableau file types and folders to understand all the various file types available in Tableau. Okay, then next is, for a relative date filter, the default anchor is. Okay, let me take you to Tableau. Whenever we pull a relative date filter, so let me pull date filter and click on relative date. Now it's asking default anchor. Now if you see here anchor, this is always relative to today. That is the default. You can always change it. So when you click it, you can change the date. But by default, it will always be today. Okay. So answer will be today's date. And true or false, a reference line cannot be added from the analytics pane. Let me again take you to Tableau. Let me build a view here. Let's say I drag order date here and sales here. And now if I go to analytics pane, that's what they're saying. Okay, go to analytics pane, and here I see a reference line. You can definitely create a reference line from here. Click OK. You see a reference line here, right? So yeah, this will be false because we can create a reference line from analytics tab. To concatenate fields, they must be of same data type. Again, I'll take you to Tableau. Let me create one calculation. Let's say I want to add category which is of string type, with an integer type, let's say row ID. Now you see that it gives me an error. Can't add string and integer values. So yes, we cannot add different data type values, but we can typecast this. So I will typecast this to str. Now this will not throw an error. Why? Because this is also string and now this is also string because I have typecasted this, right? So do remember this. We can use typecasting as a workaround and do the calculation. But for our question purpose, this is true. To concatenate fields, they must be of the same data type. To use a quick table calculation, which of the following do you need to perform? Now you would have created many quick table calculations by now, and you would know that you don't need any coding for that. So the answer will be none of these only. And you can read more on this basically here on Tableau calculations. Okay, quick table calculations on help.tableau.com. Do read this article, quick table calculations, applying that, setting up the visualization. Okay, this is a good source of information which will enhance your knowledge and make you more confident. Okay, you can use the dash in Tableau to clean and organize your data. Now again, I'll take you to Tableau here in data source page. Whenever you connect a Excel file, you get this option, use data interpreter, and data interpreter might be able to clean your Microsoft Excel workbook. Okay, so this is the answer, use data interpreter. So here we have this B option. Then to customize links based on the data in your dashboards, you can automatically enter field values as dash in URLs. Now, definitely sets cannot be an answer, and we don't have anything like values or inputs in Tableau. So the only option left is parameters. And for more information, you can always go to Tableau help and search URL actions. And you can clearly see here to customize links based on your data, you can automatically enter field values as parameters in URLs. So this way you can use parameters in URLs. Right? So parameters is the answer. Now, which of the following are true for measure names? Now, first one says it contains all the measures in your data collected into a single field with continuous values. Now, remember that measure names is not measure values. So, measure names never contain the measures. It always contains names of all the measures. Okay, if you go here in Tableau, so this is the measure name. If you drag this measure names here, you see the names of the measures, not the measures directly. Okay, so what is the name of that measure? Whether it's a sales measure, quantity measure, right? You can see the names, and these are all discrete names. So the first cannot be the answer because it says continuous values. This is wrong. When working with a text table showing profit for each category. Okay, let me build profit for each category. Okay, this profit for each category, and then they say add sales to this table. Okay, now let me add sales here, dragging and dropping. Okay, the moment you add this, they are saying that is measure names is automatically dragged to the row and filter shells. So yes, it's added to filter shells, and here it's added to columns. That is fine. You can just reverse this. So it's added to row now. So yeah, this is true. Then it contains the names of all measures in your data collected into a single field with discrete values. This we already saw here, right? If you edit filter, it shows you all the names of all the measures. And when you add it to a view, all of the measure names appear as row or column headers. That's true. If you add measure names in columns, so it will appear as column headers. If you add here as rows, it will appear as row headers. So this is true. Okay. So these three are true and the top one is false. What does the box in a box plot represent? Let me show you the box plot. And here if you see, box clearly represent the interquartile range. Okay. And the median will be the center line, and you have the maximum value at the right and minimum value at the left or the bottom. So the answer will be interquartile range. Then a left join or an inner join creates a row each time the join criteria is satisfied. That is true, and which can result in duplicate rows. That is also true because sometimes your data is not at the right level of detail. So that can basically create duplicate rows or missing rows also. So one way to avoid this is to use relationships instead. Now this is definitely true, and that's why Tableau introduced relationships recently. And to read more on this, I would urge you to go through first this article where they explain, okay, what's the errors, basically join duplication and join misses. Read this article and then go and read about the relationships. So clearly here they explain basically what are the advantages of relationships, and you can see here while joins can filter data, relationships always preserve all measures. Now important values like money can never go missing, and unlike joins, relationships won't double your trouble by duplicating data stored at different levels of detail. So yes, this is true for our case. Dash is a technique in Tableau which will identify marks with similar characteristics. Okay, so it cannot be sets, cannot be grouping, cannot be blending. Okay, so definitely it has to be clustering, and I'll also show you the help on this article. You can search find clusters in data. So these are all clusters basically. Cluster 1 is blue in color if you see, and cluster 2 is orange in color. Okay, and here you see there are different body measurements over here: shoulder, stature, neck base, right? So this way they have plotted a chart over here, and cluster analysis partitions marks in the view into clusters where the marks within each cluster are more similar to one another than they are to marks in other clusters. So yeah, this is the answer, clustering basically, which will help you identify marks with similar characteristics. The last question, which of the following is the correct way to calculate profit ratio in Tableau? So the profit ratio is calculated by profit divided by sales. So that leaves us with option A and D. Option A will give you always row level calculation because there is no aggregation here. And here we have an aggregation. So this is probably what most of us look for. We don't want row level calculation to calculate profit ratio. And this sum of profit divided by sum of sales will be the answer. And to gain more on this, you can always refer this article. Okay, I have left a link in the description on this video, and you can also go through my video where I have explained the nuances of row level calculation versus aggregation level of calculation. So do go through that video to understand more on this. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to this channel and like this video.